How's it going, guys? Today we will cover section 3 of chapter 16. Now, during the scientific revolution, some new advances in medicine were also made, which was majorly dominated by Galen in the past. There were so many wrong things with his philosophy, like for instance, he relied on animals instead of humans to represent the anatomical structure of humans, which was pretty inaccurate. He also believed that there were two main bloodstreams, a dark red one that controlled the digestive system and would flow through the veins. A second bloodstream, a bright red one, governed the muscular activity of the body and flowed through the arteries. There were so many errors with this ideology, but luckily for us, some of the greatest minds will come and fix it. The scientist who corrected the very foundation of medicine was Paracelsus, born in 1493 and died in 1541. He was not a very easygoing person, since sometimes he would tend to believe that he was above everybody else when it came to science. However, he and his followers were able to come up with a new chemical philosophy where understanding nature came from fresh observations and experiments. It was closely connected to a view of the universe that was based on macrocosm, microcosm analogy, that meant that humans, who were the microcosm, were a part of a larger world, the macrocosm. He also believed that chemical reactions that happen in the universe can also happen in humans on a much smaller scale, the same way diseases happen. Diseases were not caused by an imbalance of humors, as previously thought, but by chemical imbalances within a specific organ. They could be treated using the same poison that caused the imbalance in the first place, using the careful dosage of minerals and metals. Paracelsus was also considered the father of modern medicine for its use of drugs. Another great mind who revolutionized medicine was Andreas Vesalius, born in 1514 and died in 1564. He fixed Galen's errors in the anatomical structure of humans by dissecting one himself and reported his findings on the different organs in his book On the Fabric of the Human Body, published in 1543. His own approach of teaching anatomy had also led him to rectify some other mistakes Galen had made, like the fact that the blood started its flow from the heart instead of the liver. He still hung on some of Galen's erroneous assertions, and it's only till Harvey's work that the mystery of the two types of bloods would be solved. William Harvey was born in 1578 and died in 1657, and he was most known for his book on the motion of the heart and blood, published in 1628, that talked about the stream of blood through the body. For one thing, he was able to prove that the blood did not originate from the liver, but from the heart, and that there was only one type of blood that flowed through the veins and arteries, completing one full cycle of the body. His work practically blew away Galen's philosophy, but it will only become recognized in the 1660s. Harvey soon became known as the father of modern physiology. Despite Paracelsus's new chemical philosophy in the 16th century, a new form of chemistry arose with Boyle and Lavoisier. Robert Boyle was known for coming up with Boyle's law that states that gases change volume depending on the pressure exercised on them. He also rejected the medieval belief that all matter consisted of the same components, and said that matter was made out of little particles of all shapes and sizes, called atoms. It was until Antoine Lavoisier that the beginnings of modern chemistry were starting to spread out, when he devised a system to name each chemical element.